Hi, this is Vicki from Grandma B's Junk Journal. Another haul video. I know this has become a favorite pastime of mine since retiring in June. This haul was from our local Catholic church has a little thrift store that they have next to it, and I love stopping there once a week. I've never been able to because when teaching, of course, I don't get home till late and they're closed. So I have been enjoying stopping there once a week this summer. And so I wanted to share some of the things that I found that I'll be using in my junk journals. First of all, I found these two big books. They're phone messages. Actually, let me get some of the stuff out of the way so it's not so cluttered looking here. So they're two big books, phone messages, 400 sheets. They're almost filled up, 50 cents a piece. I will never use all of these. These will be shared for sure in my journal sale boxes. But look at all of these. 50 cents. Can you believe it? Now you can add these to your journals as pages. You can, I like to just stick them in pockets, but what do you do with these, right? So if you are a person that buys junk journals or, uses them yourself, of course, you can use these for journaling. You can use them for pockets. You can put photos on them. I mean, there's lots of things that you can use. You can put some little, pictures, ephemeras on there. Just fun. 50 cents each. This is like a 2 lifetime supply of these. It's kind of ridiculous, actually, but I mean, 50 cents, right? You can't pass them up. So I'll have to share those because that's kind of silly. Then they always have an assortment of great cards. I love to put cards in my journals, and when I make them, because I make my grandchildren books, photo books, memory books, I love to use these because I'll add these to it as like a page, and I might put a big, 5x7 photo here, and then I put 5x7 photos here. So when you open it up, you have 3 great spots for photos. But of course, if you're a journaler, look at all the space. And then I will use the envelopes as pockets as well. And then look at that. Great spot for writing. So if you are thrifting, make sure you check out the cards selection. And even, I've cut them apart to just use the images before. But look at this. They're 12 for $1. And these are all brand new cards. Look at how pretty that is. So, advice from a honeybee. So this was a really great find. Brand new. They're all beautiful. They'll be used in my journals, and they're just great spots for, your writing or your photos. And then, of course, the envelopes are also a great find. So make sure when you're thrifting that you look for cards, because people get rid of cards all of the time. They'll buy boxes and pick out a couple that they want, and then they just get rid of them. So make sure you're always looking for cards. I do not need any more lace, but when you find a bag for 10 cents, I can't. I'm addicted to lace. I use so much lace in my journals. And look how pretty that is. So, I mean, not only do I use the lace in my journal creation, but also like for tags and clusters and things like that. I always clip, pieces off to use them. So when you're out thrifting, keep an eye out for lace, because that is a super great find, and that's expensive. If you go buy lace in, Joann's or someplace, it's very expensive. I always like to get cards. I have a huge selection of cards. I love to throw them in my journals. Now the Sesame Street probably wouldn't be my first buy. However, there are a lot of little golden books that are Sesame Street themed, and some people like them, and they make perfect baby memory books. Um, so these cards, there's a lot of open space for writing. The images are super cute, and they would make really great tags to put in Sesame Street little golden books. So like I will, if I ever make a Sesame Street book, I would definitely use these. But I'll also use them for like some of my packets that I sell on my website of journaling supplies. And then I also throw freebies in when people buy journals. I always throw cards in with, I call it my tag kit. So I put a card with little doodads in it that they can make their own tags. So these are super cute. So you can usually find boxes of cards for like $1. So anyways, that was a good find. Now I almost passed these over, but then I went back and thought about it and grabbed it. These are wooden spools that, for thread. And I make, one of the type of journals I make is sewing pattern journals, and I have some of those on my website, but I thought these would be really cute to make tassels or charms. Wrap some yarn or wrap some thread around it and hang it on a tassel. So, and for 50 cents, I thought that was a good deal. I will be able to use those for sure. I always look out for vintage wrapping paper, and I like to use these as pages. And so I thought this would go with, a lot of different type of journals. And that thrift store, I can always get these for like, 25 cents or 10 cents. So I always look, and it might even only be a couple pieces, but you can still make a few pages. And I'm looking, and inside there's balloon paper. So anyways, keep an eye out for wrapping paper, because not only do they make great junk journal pages, but a lot of times we'll have some really nice images that you can cut out and then glue onto your pages. Now this, I did not need this. I gotta say, I did not need this, but for $2, I just thought it was very cool. It's all fabric. They're die cut, and it's for a granny quilt block quilt. And I just thought, and that I walked away and I came back. I thought, you know what? There's literally hundreds of fabric pieces. This can be used for many things. You could glue them on your pages. You could put them on cardstock and make pockets. My thought was I will add these to some of my junk journaling supply packets. I do have an AccuQuilt dye fabric cutting machine because I have a quilting studio. So I have some of those tools, and I'm able to do this myself, but a lot of people, most people don't. And so I just thought that would be kind of cool to put in my packets for people who don't have the resources like I do. So anyways, I thought that was very cool, a great find for $2. And here's some ribbon. I thought this would be great in my journals as well, even to tie them closed, because I like to use different kind of ribbons and lace to tie them closed. 10 cents, so I can't beat that. And here is another. I thought this was a great find. 50 cents. It's fabric. It's 19.95. So of course I'm a teacher, retired, and anything Apple I love, of course, but I thought this would be great in journals. There is, I don't know how much there, I would say a yard. It's probably on here. Yeah, 45 by 30. But I thought it would be great for covering a journal. I also thought it would be great for like to make some tags and just use it within the journal, because I really love the apple theme. And I have made this fall some of the Crayola crayon box little journals. By the way, I still have a couple left on my website. They're super cute, but when I seen this, that was my first thought of, oh, this would go really cute in those little crayon box journals. So if you've seen those journals online and haven't snatched one up yet, check out my website, grandmabyshop.com, because I do have, I think I've got 2 left. So anyways, this was a great find too. So always check out the pieces of fabric too, because you never know when you're gonna, I've come across some vintage fabric that I would normally not find in the craft shops anymore, like Joann's or whatever. But they go great in your junk journals. And the last thing, yeah, this I didn't need, but it was a buck, and I'm going to see 3 of my grandchildren next month in October. And I thought, oh, I always love to do little parties for them because I only see them a couple times a year, and we always play games and prizes and things like that. So I thought, oh, perfect. We can play some bingo. They can win some prizes, and then I'll bring them back home, and I'll put these in my fall journals because that is just so cute. Brand new fall bingo. The pictures are so cute. So, if you run across things like this and your initial thought is, oh, what in the world would I ever use that for? Well, think about it. You might be able to use it in other ways, but then use them. And look at the cards. These cards are a great find as well. So I'm gonna have fun with that. Anyways, I just wanted to share my haul because I got some great things, and encourage you to go look in your thrift shops. You just never know what you're going to find, and kind of think outside the box because you never know how creative you can get with some of the items that you find. Thanks for stopping. If you would hit like and subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. Click on that bell so that you get notification when I put out new videos. I have lots of videos out there. So check them out, will you? Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.